Well, this big Hollywood production advertised in the paper. They had talent scouts. They wanted local talent. So they got it.
I think my older sister Georgia, told my mother she had saw it in the paper. They're auditioning little girls for this movie. And she told my mother, said, why don't we enter her in that? Let her audition.
My mother worked for the Department of Public Welfare, and I'm sure she just heard about it. And I think I was taking expression lessons at that time. And I think that's probably why she decided maybe this would be good for me.
I was 11 or 12 years old at the time. They advertised in the paper, and we met down at the City Auditorium. They had an audition down there. And it wasn't much of an audition. They took her picture.
Municipal Auditorium, and actually I think it was the room that we had our gym classes in when I was in high school. Where they were trying out, or he was interviewing people, and I remember being in front of the lights.
Well, I can remember there were a bunch of little girls auditioning for the part that I played, and I remember I was scared. And I can remember walking across the stage, and they asked me my name and where I lived, and I said, in the country. They asked me my address. And I said, Route 5, Shawnee, Oklahoma.
It was South Farrell Street, about 2 blocks, at Washington School. I guess it was their playground.
Well, I've always remembered his name was Melton Barker. I've never forgotten his name. But I can remember he had a lady assistant, I believe. I thought she was so pretty. And I can really remember admiring her. I thought she was beautiful. And I can just remember, I think I remember him telling me, now don't be afraid, because he could tell I was shaking. And I remember it was cold. It was pretty chilly.
He told us we had to make our own costumes, or our mothers did. And they'd sit down, and I told my mother what I wanted, or what he told me to, and the big old patches on my breeches and shirts and everything, and so the costumes didn't cost them anything.
I'm going to give a party to my afternoon flight the whole time.
I think they just basically told me what to say, and I said it.
Seemed really like one of my lines. I was sitting there, they had us all lined up there, and we were telling them what all we was going to do. One of my lines was, snapped my finger and said, you bet we could. That was one of my short lines, so you didn't have to memorize anything.
What could we do with it? We could have a swell party with feathers and everything. You bet we could.
We all lined up, sat down on the grass there, and he filmed us all. And he said, okay, now everybody clap. Boy, we clapped there for 5 minutes. He filming everybody.
And I know that I was very shy and scared also, and I don't even know what I said.
I bet that'll be a swell party.
Well, I didn't know any of the children. Like I said, I lived in the country, and I think I was the only one that auditioned from there. So, I really didn't remember any of the kids, didn't know any of them.
Well, we sat around and we strategized how to catch these criminals. And at one point there, we got together and was out there in this park area. Boy, we was crouched down real low to the ground, sneaking up there. And, then they'd cut, and then we might go eat or something. Then it'd come back, we'd crouch down some more. And we saw these two guys sleeping up there on the side of the hill there, I think it was. And we creeped up there real close, and all of a sudden we just all dogpiled them and captured them.
Hey, my little sister's safe at last.
And I often wondered whatever happened to it, but evidently somebody found it.
My grandfather bought the Ritz Theater in 1913. It was called the Cozy back then, and that was the beginning of our family's involvement in the theater business. My dad and my uncles and their sister, all worked in the theater business. My dad and my aunt, Ruby Jones, took over the business from my grandfather when he passed away in 1947. We still get film on reels, and each reel is about 15 minutes long. And the job of the projectionist was to inspect each reel and rewind it off onto house reels. These house reels were put in a film cabinet. They were the vertical slots in a film cabinet, and they were put in numerical order so we wouldn't get confused and run the wrong reel first. Well, in the 70s, we switched to a platter system where all the film was spliced together on one platter. Therefore, we didn't inspect each reel and put it on house reels anymore. And this film cabinet was in the way. And finally, we were doing some rearranging in the projection booth and decided that this was a piece of equipment we never used. We wanted to get it out of the way. And I opened each of the slots, and here was this reel of nitrate film that I had no earthly idea what it was. So we ran the movie, and it was in reasonably decent shape. And I repaired some of the sprockets and so forth, and realized we had a treasure here. Well, it was on nitrate film, and I knew that it was in danger of disintegrating, and I knew something needed to be done about it, and I knew it was important because it was part of Shawnee's history. And that's when I called you and said, this is what I have, what do we do? And you took it from there.
Look, that's Betty Davis giving that party. Her old man give a big dough for her.
Let's stick around till the party's over and grab her.
Clean up on this. Come on, let's hide. Look out, that's Betty's sister. We ought to watch her. Okay, I'll grab her and you get the car started.
Betty, my little sister, Davis, I know her. So do I. What does it say, Butch?
It says here she was kidnapped after her birthday party yesterday evening, and her father's offered a $1,000 reward for any information leading to the capturing of the kidnappers.
$1,000? Gee whiz, that's a lot of dough. Boy, I don't say it is. What could we do with $1,000? What could we do with it? We could have a swell party with weddings and everything. You bet we could.
I'll tell you what let's do, gang. Let's try to find those kidnappers. Maybe we can get that $1,000.
That's a good idea.
No, you're too late. You might get hurt. Come on, gang.
I'm going out and find the kidnappers. Betty Davis. Who wants to go with me? I do. To get us too. Oh, that wouldn't hurt us. Thank you, would it? I take a chance if we want that money. Sure, we'll never get any place if we don't take a chance. I'm not afraid of them kidnappers. Let's go and look for them. Well, come on, let's get going.
Girls, have you heard the latest news? Oh, no, we haven't. What is it? Betty Davis has been kidnapped.
You mean she's really been kidnapped?
Yes.
Gee, I'd hate to be in her place. So would I. Wonder what they'll do to her.
I don't know, but her dad's offering a $1,000 reward.
That sure is a lot of money. I'll say it is. I wish I had part of that. So do I. I could buy me some new clothes. Here comes Butch and his gang. I wonder where they're going. Hey, Butch, where you fellas going?
Before the kidnappers got Betty Davis.
Oh, boy, may we go too? Nah, you girls might trim everything. Oh, is that so?
There aren't any sissies in this gang.
You fellas couldn't catch kidnappers anyway. We'll show you about that if we find them.
Get find them all you do is right, and we can run as fast as you can.
Thank you, Smarty. Come on, please let us go.
That's what I say. We never have any fun.
We won't get in your way.
No, we'll help you find them. What do you say, gang? Should we let them go? I guess so, if they'll stay out of the way. Come on, gang, let's get going.
I'm turning hungry. Me too, I could eat most anything. I bet Betty's hungry too. Those old kidnappers won't feed her a thing. I wouldn't cry if they kidnapped me. Yeah, I bet you wouldn't. You're part of your money. I'm a horse and saddle. Come buy me a bicycle. We'll fill up all the hot dogs in the world. You can buy us your money. I'm going to buy my mother a nice present. You don't hurry, man. Listen, here comes find Betty first. He's waiting on us. Get going.
I hope to find them kidnappers, don't you? Yeah, boy, I could use some of that money.
We're supposed to meet the rest of the gang right here. I wonder if they found the kidnappers yet. I bet they haven't had any more luck than we have. How will we capture them when we find them? We can slip up behind them and grab them.
I hope we find them when they're asleep.
Me too, it'll be easy then. Well, if they're not asleep, they'll start shooting.
Oh, they wouldn't shoot us.
Yeah, you just think they wouldn't.
We'll have to take a chance if we want to get that money.
Sure, we'll never get any place if we don't take a chance. Here comes the rest of the gang now. Did you find anything? No, we didn't find a thing. What are you going to do with your prize money when you get it? I'm going to buy me some new clothes. Come up and see me sometime, boys. Woo-woo! We'd better find Kidnapper before we start spending the money. Well, we've been looking for him 3 days, and we haven't found him yet. Don't give up, gang. We may find him. Help!
Shut up, you brat. No one can hear you out here.
Yeah, just what? Don't touch me, dear. Listen, gang, what was that? Sounded like someone screaming to me.
I bet that's her, gang. Come on, let's go inside.
Gee, I'm scared. I don't believe I want to go. I thought we'd have trouble with you girls when we let you come along. Yeah, they're just a bunch of sissies. You're not so brave yourself, Smarty. Nothing sissy about us, gang. Come on, let's go and get 'em. Look, gang, it's them. Yes, and the kidnappers are asleep. Let you and the boys go get them. We'll wait here for you. I knew we'd have trouble with you girls when we found them. Yeah, we won't give them any of the money.
Well, come on, gang, let's get him. Get him.
Hey, my little sister, safe at last. Gang, the police just phoned and they said you captured the kidnappers and you get the reward. Oh, boy, we're going to get the money. I'm going to give a party tomorrow afternoon for the whole time. I bet that'll be a swell party. Yeah, I bet we have plenty fun there. We're too late. They've already found him. Can you beat that? Never having luck. We're always late for everything. Let's go up there. Maybe we'll get some of that money. Sure use some of that money. Me too. I can buy me a new dress. Maybe we'll be invited to the party. Should like to go to that party. Me too. I hope they have a good time. Come on, let's go up there and see. Come in, gang, and get the money. And here we are at the party. First, we're going to have a little program. I hope you enjoy it. It's a nice party, Jean. I'll say it is. I'm having a good time. Thanks. I'm glad you like it. Betty, were you scared when you were kidnapped? No, not much. I'm sure glad we caught those kidnappers, aren't you? Yeah, boy, we wouldn't be at this party if we hadn't. Do what you want to do and do what you want to do and pay no attention to what the other people say. Or you can make when you want to make them break when you want wanna break and shake, shake, shake when you wanna shake. If you wanna eat your cake, let your conscience be your guide. That guy never fails. Now you'll find him at your side. Then listen to him and it will be no doubt. All you can do what you want to do and wait, wait, wait when you want to wait and make when you want to make. Do what you want to do. Hey, hey. Awfully nice to me. Mo, he's almost breaking my heart. I'm beside him. Mercy